Welcome. Aleakwe and Olivia in the house. Hope you're all doing well. And I thought, you know us, some of you don't, and to anywhere in the world, welcome all to this channel. My name is Aleakwe. Thought I'd introduce myself, a short bio. I'm married, my husband and I have amazing children. We all live with love and invisible disabilities and daily challenges with amazing longtime friends, including Miss Olivia, who will talk about herself in a moment. But this is your channel, and read the About Us section on the channel, and please read the description in each video to how to connect with experts and like Olivia. And basically, even though I have to rest a lot and don't have a lot of energy, when I do have the energy, I will put it into positive distractions like this channel and welcoming Olivia, who has not got much time on a day-to-day because she's also providing expertise, wisdom for a long time. And as I say, this is about her. So introducing my co-hosts, and she'll tell you about herself and OH services.
Yes, well, about myself, I love our channel. Welcome everyone. So me, well, as a profession, let's start with my profession. As a profession, I'm a few things. I'm a counselor. I'm a transformational coach. I'm a meditation teacher as well, EMDR practitioner, and a clinical supervisor, basically. And I really sort of fell into this field because of my own personal development, because I never knew that it actually existed when I was younger. So when I discovered self-development, I was like, wow, I can change myself. Wow, I can do all of these things. Wow. So I was like, how do I share this? So that is really why I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm living in the UK. I was born in Amsterdam, lived in some other countries as well. And yeah, I'm here now, and the aim is to be in the sun. And so that's a little bit, sorry, I have to say that. And that's a little bit about me. If you want to know more, comment and I'll let you know.
Please do, yeah. All details are, if you check out the playlist, it's by topic, if that's of interest, and there's a dedicated playlist, which is the Olivia OH playlist with all the videos over the years that encompasses that and goes into detail. It's all very empowering. So today's topic, because we talk about anything and everything, with that focus about empowerment and transformation, and as Olivia said, personal development, professional and career improvement and growth, and also most importantly to help you and anybody around the world, irrespective of age, gender, sexual orientation, religious belief, non-religious belief, but mainly for us to understand each other and, society better in all countries, beyond the news headlines, and with positivity, a lot of humor, a lot of lived experiences, and a lot of receipts. We can back it all up. Our memory is long, and we love sharing. So do share what you need to. So today, Olivia is going to be talking about Global Women's Summit, which ties in line. Tell us about it.
Yeah. So I was introduced to Global Women's Club last year. And then I joined in February, and this weekend they have the Global Women's Summit. It's annual. And the Global Women's Club is basically a club for women globally to gather, to empower themselves, to work together, to make money together, intergenerational wealth together, and really boost each other to sort of with their businesses. So there's women literally all over the world. So everywhere in the world there is probably a Global Women's Club. If you're somewhere that there is not one, you can start one and be the director of it. So it's quite a nice space to sort of gather, align, not in the UK. Pakistan is sharks something in America.
Shark Tank.
Something. Yeah, exactly that. Yeah. So basically, yes, we got some investors together, and then obviously they will invest in you if they think that your business is obviously profitable or helpful and stuff like that. So this is different. I mean, I'm just putting it in a nutshell, but it's finding a way to sort of be more visible and sort of and as women, I think because I work with women a lot as a coach, as a counselor. I work with everyone, but I have a specific signature offer that is specifically for women. It's a 40-week online transformational program where I work with women that are high achievers, mothers, professional mothers, women on a specific level that are stuck with moving forward, or they feel pressured that they have to stick to society's pressures, especially the high achieving woman. Society pressured them to stay in a specific position, and maybe they just want to write a book, or they just want to be a singer or whatever, or they just want to start their own business. But I feel that they have to stay there, and they feel insecure, and there's a lot of fear, expectations, also culturally and financially. People maybe are dependent on them, and they are stuck and they don't know how to move forward. So, and the Global Women's Club also helps with that, but it's obviously a much bigger scale. So I specifically focus on the same clientele that I'm focusing my business on. So I've been on the summit yesterday and on Friday, and it was long. It was so long, but it was really good. There was on the Friday it was about health. So it was about health, mental health, physical health, and there were so many different speakers. I think from my head maybe like 15 or something, and there were a lot of speakers, so it's a lot of information that actually comes in. And the main speaker on Friday was Dr. Shifali from the States, and she was very good because she really sort of brought it back to who do you want to be as a woman, and what kind of different hats do you wear, and who are you without those different hats. And I know I could relate to that in the sense of the clients that I work with as a counselor a lot, and also as a coach, as in we have all of those different hats as women. You're a mom, you're a sister, you're a daughter, you're a friend, we are organizers, we are nurturers, all of these things. And then it's like, okay, but if you take all of those hats off, who are you? What is that you want, And she's a great speaker. I laughed so much because the way that she explains stuff, I was literally crying because the way that she explained stuff, how we are as women, that was so true. But at the same time, the way that she was saying it was quite a little bit hilarious, to be honest. But it sort of brings back to the basic, even though it was funny, but it's like, wow, we take on so much stuff. And why are we doing that? Why are we taking responsibility on that is not ours? I don't know, can you resonate with that? Or do you know women in your life, Aleakwe, that are like that they're just running around and they don't have that boundary of realization, because it's sometimes we don't stand still and think about what am I doing for me? If you do something for you, you feel guilty. As you're like, I shouldn't be doing this because I have to do this for my children or for my husband or my wife or whoever.
I know a lot. I mean, from personal experience, from whether it's relatives, in Europe or back home, in West Africa, but also from friends and acquaintances and workplaces. So to answer your question, why do we take that on? I think it's a complex thing, but the simplest version is that it's inherited. So you mentioned, you've always talked about generational wealth, but there's also generational expectations, and especially for girls and women, when I think we are naturally born with multiple hats, multiple abilities and facets. Of course, not just that, look after everyone but self. So you're looking after, you're juggling so much. So that taking on for me, in my context, I like that. My natural default is I love helping people, and that nourishes and gives me energy because I'm very self-sufficient.
Yeah.
So it's that kind of context, but at the same time, in terms of we are the heart of the household, we are the heart, the beating heart of every compound, every community, every family, that kind of thing. So I think that you're forced to just take that on anyway. I choose to, and I've let go of other things.
Yeah.
Because actually, when you're talking about relation to health, you know, a lot of it has been taken on board too much and exceeding. The spirit is bigger than the body in my case. But I realize in terms of that whole have your cake and eat it, I never understand this Oyibo nonsense. You have cake, you eat them. It's what you're meant to do. But this whole kind of thing, maybe you can have what you need at different times. But from early, you're expected to throw away from childhood, jump into adulthood without maybe finding time for self. So of course, all this quarter life crisis, midlife crisis, I think it's an ongoing crisis from before recorded time to now. And what I love about social media and what you've been doing, what we weren't taught, we're learning now and helping each other. Well, some of us are helping each other positively.
Yes.
And we're maintaining that. But this, what you're talking about is that it's a sincere, genuine sisterhood. Because let's not pretend there's some people who work on PR and performance. Yeah, smile in your face, do not rubbish in the back. But I believe in this kind of thing. That's why I wanted you to talk about it, because it's what you're already doing in OH services, and it's what you're already doing as a friend. That kind of, we're carrying each other.
Yeah.
And I like that. So, and I like, so I like, to answer your question, I willingly take it on board. The things that no longer serve me and have actually drained my health and my spirit, I've let go of those people and those things and let them find themselves, and hopefully we meet down the road.
Yeah, and that is a healthy way of doing it, because it doesn't mean that you can't wear all of those hats, but you shouldn't forget about your own one. That is basically the thing, isn't it? And you have that nice balance. And I learned from my own experience only when I broke up a long time ago with the ex, that when I was released from what I took on as a responsibility, nothing to do with him, I was like, why was I doing that? Why was I, so engaged in too much engaged, if you know what I mean? I took on too much responsibility that I didn't have to take on. And only when I broke up, I was like, oh, my mind is like free. What's that? What was I doing? I was like, oh, I was consumed with something that wasn't really mine. So to get that balance is important, and knowing yourself, because day 2 yesterday was about branding, marketing, and the money, the business side of stuff, and they sort of brought it back in a very interesting way. I don't know if it was consciously or not, but it was about, knowing yourself is going to be a brand. If you have your brand, that is you. If you don't know who you are and you have that brand, what energy do you show in your branding? And then obviously that filters into the marketing, and that sort of filters into how your business is running. If you are, not connected to yourself on that deeper level that you were talking about. So it's quite interesting to sort of have that conversation. But Appel had a conversation yesterday on branding and marketing, and how it really comes down to who you are. And also the angel investors were saying as well, you don't invest in the brand, we invest in the person. So if we think that you have a product that is, but you are great, then they will invest in you. But if you have a great product and you're like, they're not going to invest in you. So it linked in a very interesting way to sort of understand, you have to work on yourself. And business will follow based on your energy. So it was quite nice to see that, and how important self is. And I assume as well that that's why global women actually exist, as in, the things that we take on as women, and, the challenges that we go through that we don't understand without explaining, as well. And there were a lot of women from, literally, it was global, like from Albania, Romania, from the States, from Cyprus, from Greece, there were loads of women from all over the world there as well. So it's nice to connect with that. And I think because of the whole lockdown situation, that is more empowering, because now you can do stuff online much more. Before people were not that interested, obviously, and now like online, you can expand so much more. So it was a very long day, but it was very, very interesting to experience, and the networking, and sort of just seeing what other people do, and getting inspired by that as well. So it was great.
I'm glad, because you've come a long way in separate to your. We met. I think there's parallels with. You've been working in tandem with people like the kindred spirits and the professional that you met, and in an actual worldwide sense, not just like worldwide social media where it's just Europe and USA and UK. It's actually global. But I like that you've done community work, individual work, and literally it's always been about from young adults upwards. So can you, any links between your work and OH services and the people that you want to connect with? Mm-hmm. What did you take away from that? What was your takeaway from the Global Women's Summit? Because in your existing work at OH services, who do you now want to reach?
Well, I forgot her surname, but there was Andrea. She used to present the Loose Women, because there were a lot of people from media there as well. So there's Andrea, I forgot her name, but she was one of the presenters of the Loose Women for a long, long time. But I forgot her surname. But anyway, because she obviously was up there in telly, and she obviously a well-known presenter, and she left presenting, and she started her own business. And so that journey of her own, a journey from leaving, I think so, I feel something like that, to her own business. I would like to talk to her about that journey. What the challenges that you have, if she had any challenges, because everyone will have a challenge maybe in that kind of way, like mentally, if there were any, insecurities, fears, or challenges that she had. So I would like to speak to her as a marketing research thing, if you know what I mean. And then there was another woman who was there. She's a journalist. What is her name? Let me see if I can see it very quick. I had it somewhere here down. I can't believe that I can't see it now.
Take your time.
Yeah. I spoke to her briefly, but she was a journalist she is a journalist at the BBC actually. I think it's Ikaba Boyo, I think, but I don't want to say it wrong, if you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. For whatever reason, I can't see.
We'll put details of everything in the video description and how to connect. And
sorry, I have it here. Ikaba Koyi, I was almost right. Mm-hmm. Ikaba Koyi, she's like a senior broadcast journalist in the BBC, and her journey has been she's been all over the place, and she worked quite a lot in Africa as well. So I spoke to her very briefly, just to also, again, I like to hear people's experiences, because that helps a lot, as in how to support people better, because everyone has their own story. So those are the two people that Andrea McLean, her name is, the TV presenter. So those two I would like to contact in that journey. And I actually met some other women that I will speak to as in alliances as well, because we're doing similar stuff, and seeing how we can work together to sort of support each other, to be honest, because we do similar stuff but not exactly the same. So And there's no competition anyway, it's just like doing stuff together and sort of expanding and excelling together.
Exactly, and that's how it's always been for the both of us since childhood to now. And ladies, if you're listening, please, I'll put Olivia's details and her company, OH Services, information in the description. Ladies, if you're listening, do connect with Olivia and she'll connect with you. We welcome anyone's experiences as well. I mean, the main thing to always remember, no one is above you, no one is below you, irrespective of how they project. We are all powerhouses in your own way. All small gestures on a daily basis is that. Olivia, is there anything you'd like to add?
No, I mean, all of the details are obviously below if you want to contact me. I have also free stuff that you can just check out as well. I will have something coming out, launching something on the 1st of August, so definitely check me out on the internet, on social media, and follow me, and then you will get the information so you can join the journey and, excel yourself, accelerate yourself as a person in your business.
Exactly. It's very, very, very important. So the key things Olivia's always been about, just to reiterate with my lovely reading glasses, has always been about intergenerational wealth. And that's about wealth creation, which is, I'm guessing, about sustainable income around your skills, not just, chopping money and luxury. It's about maintaining that and passing on that wealth and sustaining that, not about just money and all this kind of thing. Investing in yourself, we'll put all the details. And it's very slow processing. Okay, there's somebody saying, I love cats, bye. Can I have a shout out, please? There you go. Thanks for watching. Stay blessed, people. All the best.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you all for listening. Shout out to you, Caden Bailey, Harriet, Lola_213. This is the audio version, podcast version of the live we did earlier for those with sensory issues. Wish you well, stay blessed, and peace to you all.